Hello, welcome to this practice. We're just going to do a 20-minute sequence focusing mainly on the warrior poses because the warrior poses have a real ability to ground us, to make our legs really nice and strong and to bring us out of the head, out of the clouds and really back into our bodies. We're going to start cross-legged or kneeling or lying down, it's up to you. Just make sure your spine is nice and long and close your eyes when you're ready. And just take a few moments just to acknowledge your physical presence. Acknowledge yourself in space, in this room, in time. And really allow all parts of yourself to come back to now. We often have some parts in the future, different imagined scenarios, some left in the past, sometimes in regret, sometimes looking back through rose-tinted glasses. Just invite all parts of yourself to arrive back here to the present moment. Feel your sit bones and anything else that's touching the earth. Just start to deepen your breath, encouraging a nice deep breath into your belly. Maybe hold the breath just for a second and then release it. Inhale again, fill up your belly. Hold it for a second, feel your sit bones, your legs grounding, and then exhale. One more like that, inhale. Hold the breath for a second, ground, and then exhale. And start to blink your eyes open. And come to an all fours position. I always like to warm up with a few cat-cows. So when you're ready, inhale, drop your belly, lift your tail, chest and chin. Exhale, round the back. Draw the belly in, chin towards chest. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the tail and the chin. And exhale. Just keep going at your own pace. Still connecting deeply to your body. Okay, the mind will try and take you elsewhere. But just keep bringing the mind back to the breath and back to the body, to what you're doing. Okay, and then next time you're in cat, so that rounded back, tuck the toes, lift up to your downward facing dog. And just move and groove in your pose. If you feel like it, or staying still if you feel like it. I always like to move out the first downward dog. Just kind of get into all those tight spots that haven't seen any movement for a little while, that might be holding tension. And looking up towards your hands, just start to walk your feet forward to a forward fold at the top of your mat. Uttanasana. You can softly bend the knees. Feel that kind of little curve in the spine. There's space between the vertebrae as you give into gravity. There's a nice stretch in the back of the legs. Just take 2 more breaths here. Inhale, filling up the belly, holding it for a second, and then exhaling completely. Do that again. Okay, let's bend the knees and come up to a chair pose. Inhale, lift your arms forward and up, kind of diagonally in front. Draw your lower belly in slightly, so just above the pubic bone as you smooth out your tailbone. Digging your heels into the earth, so you're really grounding. Feel the grounding effect of this shape. Take 1 more full breath. And then we'll inhale, straighten the legs, straighten the arms. Exhale, bring the arms back alongside the body. Palms facing forward, mountain pose, Tadasana. Just take a moment, just feel your body. Maybe you want to just roll your shoulders back a couple of times. Okay. We're just going to do a round of half sun salutations and a round of sun salutation A before we start our warriors. So with your next inhale, lift your arms up, ground through your feet as your palms touch. Exhale, fold over your legs, soften your knees. Inhale, take a halfway lift, legs can straighten, back can straighten. And then exhale, fold back into your legs. Inhale, rise up, bend through the knees, press through the feet. Come all the way up, palms touch. And then exhale, hands through center, back to heart. Inhale, lift your arms up again, moving into sun salute A. Exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale, halfway lift. You might keep your hands down or you might bring them on the legs. Exhale, back to your plank. Inhale, activate your plank, really press the ground away, draw the belly in. Exhale, lower down the knees and come down onto the belly. Point your toes. Inhale, lifting up, little cobra. Exhale, lowering down, tuck toes, push back. Downward facing dog. We'll stay here for 3 breaths. Inhaling and exhaling. 2 more by yourself, long and deep. Fingers nice and spread. Inhale, look up towards your hands. Step your feet forward and find your half lift at the top of your mat. Exhale, completely fold. Inhale, bend the knees. Actually, we'll come to a chair pose again, so sweep the arms forward and up into your Utkatasana. Feet can be together or apart in chair pose, up to you. Just take 1 more breath. And then straighten arms, straighten legs. Take a moment, just feel your strong mountain pose. So a little lift in your lower belly, shoulders soften, there's a lift in the crown of your head. Okay, remembering this alignment, I'm going to step back with the left foot so the right foot stays at the top of the mat. Okay, we're going to bend through that front knee, coming into a warrior one. Inhale, lift your arms up. Exhale here. Stay for 2 more breaths. So your hips in warrior one are kind of squared towards the top of the mat. The back heel can lift a little bit if it doesn't want to be down. Open this up to your warrior two. So your arms come wide. Slide that back foot back a bit and turn the toes out to the left. That back foot. Maybe sink a little bit deeper into the hips if you can. Breathe here. 2 more of your breaths. Come out of the stories of the mind and just feel, just ground. Inhale, straighten that front leg. Release the arms. Turn your feet parallel to the left side of your mat. Bring your hands onto your hips. Inhale here. Exhale, fold forward. Nice wide leg forward fold. You can have a little bend in the knees if you need to. Hands can come down onto the floor or onto the legs, or they can stay on the hips. Take 3 breaths. Really using your breath like the backing track to your practice. It's always there, this whisper, reminding you of the power of the present moment. Bring your hands back to your hips, bring a little bend to your knees, and inhale to come all the way up. Now turn your left foot to the back of the mat, step your right foot a little bit to the right, and come into your warrior one towards the back of the mat. Lift your arms up, bend in that left leg. Now you can stay straight in that back leg. The heel can lift a little bit if it wants to. Mine's a little bit lifted. Soften the chest and shoulders. Again, feel the grounding energy of this pose. It's not always a comfortable feeling to work with as we're moving through the poses, but afterwards you'll really feel really lovely in the lower body. You'll feel really grounded mentally, so it is worth it. Okay, warrior two. Plant your right heel down, right toes out to the right, feet a bit wider apart. Gaze out at your middle finger of your front hand. Breathe. Take 3 more of your lovely breaths here. Inhale. Straighten that front leg, release the arms, turn your feet parallel again towards the left side of your mat. Bring your hands behind your back, interlace the fingers. Inhale, draw the shoulders back as you lift the chest. Exhale, wide leg forward fold with shoulder stretch. Stay for 2 more long breaths. Inhale, a little bend in your knees and press yourself back up. Release your arms. Turn your right foot back to the top of the mat. Left foot turns in a bit. Warrior two legs so they can come a bit wider apart. Bend in that front knee, lift the arms up. Take an inhale. And then exhale, you're going to bring your right forearm down onto your right leg. Your left arm comes up, extended side angle pose, or you can bring that left arm diagonally overhead, palm facing down. Again, it's quite strong. It's not supposed to be easy. Stay grounded in that back foot. And breathe deep. One more breath. Inhale, come back up to warrior two. We're going to reverse the warrior, lift that front palm up and tilt back. Left hand, left leg. Right arm reaches up and then it can kind of go behind you, opening the front ribs so that you stay bent in that right leg. One more breath. Inhale, come back up. Bring your hands behind your body, interlace the fingers. Take your next inhale to draw your shoulders back and lift the heart. And exhale, humble warrior. So you're just bowing a bit to the left of that right foot. We'll just stay for 2 here. 2 minutes. No, I'm only joking. 2 breaths. Use your next inhale to ground and lift back up. Straighten that front leg. Release your arms. Turn towards the back of the mat. Left foot to the back. Bend into that left knee. Warrior two. Inhale. Exhale, extended side angle. Forearm to knee. Right arm into the air. Breathe and ground. Focus on what's touching the floor. Right arm can come overhead if you like, palm facing down. Try not to be too heavy in that front elbow. Okay, so you're not dumping your weight down. Keep it light. Let's inhale all the way up to our reverse warrior. Legs are staying the same. We're just changing the upper body. Breathe into those tight spots that haven't been opened for a while. Send them your loving kindness, your breath. And then inhale, come back to warrior two, hands behind the back, interlace the fingers. Inhale, draw the shoulders back, lift the heart. Exhale, bow forward. Just staying for 2 breaths. Stay grounded in your back foot. Inhale, lift back up. And release your arms, release your legs. Shake it out a little bit if you need to. Okay. Just turn towards the left side of your mat again. Bring your feet a bit closer together. A bit wider than hip width with the toes turning out. We're just going to drop down into a low squat. You can be a bit higher if you need to be, or low if that feels okay. Take a moment, take a breath. Zip in your pelvic floor, your lower belly, keeping the heart wide, the shoulders drawn back. Okay, and then release your hands, bring them behind you, and come down into cross-legged position. Okay, what you're going to do is just bring your left leg kind of parallel with the side of your mat or the top of your mat if you've turned around. And then you're going to take your right leg just a bit in front of it. Okay, and then bring your hands down and just fold a little bit forward. So this is just a nice hip opening pose to finish. Take a breath. Inhale, come up. Swap sides. So your right leg parallel to the top of the mat. Left leg just slots just in front. You can probably just slot the heel, the ankle underneath. And then come forward again. So you should feel a nice external rotation of that left hip and opening. Only come forward as much as you can. Take one last breath. Inhale, come back up. Take your cross-legged position, or however's comfortable, just for a moment sitting. Close your eyes. You can also lie down if you choose to. Let go of doing and just be. Just feel. I'm going to leave you here for today, but please stay longer sitting if you have time, or lie back for a few minutes in Shavasana if you have time. I hope you feel grounded. Namaste.